Here's the big question that will be answered in this beach gear guy video. How well does the Neso Grande Beach Tent hold up on a windy day at the beach? Well, we're gonna find out together right now in this Neso Beach Tent review video. I bought this Neso Grande Beach Tent online for around 125 bucks, and I brought it right to the beach the day I got it. I was amazed right off the bat by how this beach canopy, which measures 9 feet by 9 feet and is almost 7 feet tall, all fits in this carrying bag that's only 19.5 inches long and only weighs 6.5 pounds. So this Neso sunshade is very lightweight and extremely portable. The setup instructions are easy to find, and there's this insulated cooler pocket, which is kind of unusual for a beach shelter bag to have, but heck, I'll take it. Inside we have the 2 collapsible aluminum poles, which are really easy to assemble. I actually bought 2 extra Neso poles, which I'm going to use later on in this video. And of course, there's the main beach sunshade with 4 attached anchor bags. Now, setting up the Neso Grande Beach Tent on a calm day with a light breeze is actually a walk in the park. It only took me about 5 minutes to set it up. To start things off, just lay the canopy flat on the beach like a giant picnic blanket. Then fill up the 4 anchor bags so they're overflowing with sand. And then pull out the anchor bags and stretch out the beach canopy so it forms a big X shape on the beach. Now I want the open side or the high side of the beach tent to face the wind so it curves out like a sail catching a breeze. If I set it up against the wind, it's going to curve inward like this, which puts more strain on the sun shelter and takes away from my headroom. So here you can see the wind direction as it pushes this side of the beach canopy. The breeze flows right under the tent and escapes out the opposite side, causing the fabric to flutter like this. So this is going to be the open end of the tent right here. At this point, now I just have to prop up the tent so the foam balls are about a foot or so from the corners. And look at that! We got ourselves a beach tent! I would say this sun shelter is big enough for 4 adults or 1 dude in a lawn tractor. Neso sells beach tents in 2 other sizes, and I'll have all of the current information down below in the description so you can check it out. Now, setting up the Neso Grande sunshade on a windy day is more of a challenge. Once I set up this beach tent on a day when the winds were blowing around 15 miles per hour, and I'll admit, it really didn't work out so hot. See how this anchor bag is sliding towards the center of the beach canopy as I prop it up? And see how this sneaky guy is doing the same? Well, that's bad, and here's why. Yep, that's embarrassing, and completely my fault. The same thing happened to me when I set up the Neso Grande on a day when the winds were blowing between 20 and 25 miles per hour. Yep, that's a bummer, man. Now when I prop up this sun shelter, the sandbags really need to stay put. So they really need to be loaded up with sand and even buried in the sand. Oh right, now we're in business. Now there's enough tension to keep this sun shelter from blowing down, which is really good. Because getting smothered to death by a collapsing sun shelter would definitely be a stupid way to die. A few days later, I set up the Neso tent to assess any damage from my windy day setups. And the good news is, I really couldn't find any. Despite a few loose threads, this beach canopy was fine. It's made of a nylon lycra blend, which offers UPF 50+ sun protection, and it's made to stretch. The reinforced corners with these grommets also held up well, and so did the aluminum poles. The biggest drawback from using this type of a beach tent is that sometimes the wind direction really doesn't work well with the angle of the sun. If the two don't cooperate, I'm not going to get much shade under the canopy. Now, as I mentioned before, I bought these 2 extra poles to prop up the other corners of the tent, and they actually worked out pretty well. Now, having this Neso beach tent set up like this would be great if I was expecting more people or if I was planning a beach party and wanted to keep the snack table out of the hot sun. But when I'm flying solo, this is definitely the way to kick back in the Neso. The Neso Grande Beach Tent offers some terrific shade, is extremely portable, and if set up properly, can do well holding up against the wind. It's definitely a great sun shelter for the beach. Hey, feel free to watch more of my beach gear guy videos. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And above all else, watch out for this guy.